Hey guys, Anthony, Full Before Diesel. Just thought it was that time again to go through a few of the comments and the questions. Obviously, there's some questions asked. As I said before, this information is basically free for you. It doesn't really entitle you to ask any questions. Feel free to go ahead and try. It's always preferred on our Facebook groups. A bit more easier to control and see and answer and obviously share that information. You know, even if I come and type an answer there, you generally don't see any sort of notification. There's no like or something so you know someone's got the answer. I prefer the like thing. For me, it's a bit like, well, thanks, you know, unless you got an answer, where I don't see anything, so I sort of I don't know if you're actually getting to see the answers and whatever. So the whole YouTube comment thing, yeah, it's a bit whatever. So look, if you write, yeah, thanks mate, awesome video, I'll get to see that. If you write, look, you know, if you've got other information, feel free to have your own channel and provide that information there. If I put something up, it's what it is. So if you don't agree with it, you don't have to watch, so it's all good. But let's have a look through a few of the comments and share some more information, if I can work out. So we'll start from the top. So the freshest comments, which is, I don't know, this says 17 minutes ago. I don't know if that's right. That can't be right. But anyway, so Chris, what about cleaning the inside of the battery terminal, and was that a rattle gun on the hold down bolts? My apprentice, no better than that. Well, look, what would I know? You know what I mean? You don't really need to worry about what tools I'm using. No, it's not a rattle gun. They're actually called impact wrenches, and impact drivers is the proper, you know. The rattle gun, bit of an old term, bit slang. It's called an impact driver or an impact wrench, okay? The impact wrench is the more powerful one you use on wheels, and you only use them very lightly, and then you check and finish it off with a torque wrench. We know that. Thanks anyway. Yeah, we've been around a while. But thanks anyway. And it's an impact driver that I use on lots of other things. But because I'm using that, it doesn't mean I'm pulling the trigger all the way. I know how to use the tool. So yes, in the video, I was using an impact driver, nip, 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 and basically it just kept going slowly from each side to side, because that's what you do till you just take up enough slack so the bracket and the battery's not moving around, as explained in the video. Pretty obvious, I thought, but so look, you know, there's no need to ask silly questions. What about cleaning inside? The battery terminal, you know what, I was doing a demonstration of changing the battery. You can clean the terminals all you like. The terminals were pretty clean. You can clean them some more if you like. It's not going to make any difference. A little bit of corrosion may have been there from the old battery. It's sweet. No need. I've been around a while. No need to worry about that. So the reply is there for you. Believe me, I know how to use my tools and how tight. Awesome, right? So what, you know, if you don't like my use of tools, just probably best keep it to yourself, or you know, you can text it to me if you like, you know. Well, there's probably not even any point doing that. If there's something constructive that's actually going to be an improvement, let me know. But you know, don't worry about what tools I'm using. Okay, next one. Unless your antenna is higher than the roof of the car, the whole antenna, your SWIR, SWR SWIR, will be affected. The tune of the antenna, yep, that's the SWIR, yep. From the metal of the car to optimum place, smack bang in the middle of the roof, having it on the front guard, or bull bar is most common. Only most bull bars are aluminium and don't provide a very good ground plane. Blah, blah, blah. Well, look, you know, let's put some information back to you there. It's good that you know something about antennas. Now, most of these antennas don't need a good ground. Okay, so what is that? Bull bar, most common. And we don't provide a very good ground plane. Yeah. So, of course, the best places are high as possible, in clear as possible. But the problem you've got with putting antennas on roofs, all right, is guess what? You don't fit in car parks or garages anymore, so people don't want to do that either. And they like to use sometimes their antenna or the marker there, the length of that, sometimes indicates how high their roof racks and stuff like that is. So they're going to use them on the bull bar, and that's fine. We just basically shared an option for people that don't have bull bars and stuff like that. Obviously the roof's good, but you have to run the wire somehow from the roof into the car, which is not so good and untidy. This is a good option where you can mount it outside the vehicle. The antenna will still go above the roof. We've done a lot of testing with antennas, front, rear, over the years on sedans with brackets on boot lids and on roofs and magnetic. All been in UHFs for ages, lots of radios we used to program and whatever. Certainly not experts on it, but look, thanks for the comment. Yeah, there you go. Works pretty well. That rear thing is what I was showing you, so it's just thanks for showing me, no worries. Or I'm not interested, so I don't watch it. It's all good. Anything good here? Any good questions? On KFTV, glow plug replacement. Do you have to remove the damn fuel injector pipes to get to them? Well, did you watch the video? I'm not sure what I said, but my advice is to not remove 1kD FTV glow plugs, because a couple of times a week at the moment I'm getting people calling me with glow plugs that are busted off, and that's why for a while I've said if you watch all the videos, do not remove them, because we don't see problems with them. The problem is when they're seized in there or the threads get damaged, and then it's a world of hurt and pain where you've got to pull the head off because you couldn't leave your glow plugs alone. Not worth touching. Now in the 1KZ it's different. We've got both those glow plugs possible in that video, and usually, as I've been saying for years, it's the 1KZ glow plugs you want to change probably every 100,000 Ks or every few years. They're cheap, they're easy to get to. I've never had an issue getting those ones out, but we do see issues with tips missing and engines getting written off. So that's the deal there. 1kDs, don't take your glow plugs out, okay? They're just yesterday, someone called me, Monday morning, what's today, Tuesday? Monday morning, somebody called me and the car's in it. I think it was a Toyota dealership, and they wanted to do a compression test because they did the injectors, everything, and he's got problems and stuff like that. So basically what they did was they took the glow plugs out, and now they got problems. So now it's a disagreement between them. Was it their fault, whatever? And I sort of think, well, maybe they should know better. It's not really their fault if they've got to pull the glow plugs out, but I know that that's likely to happen. So I'm going to say to you, I don't want to take the glow plugs out. I'm going to take the injectors out because it's just as easy or easier, and do a compression test through that port with the tool that we had designed that's for sale on eBay, available from K1 4x4 or k1.com.au. So don't take your 1kD glow plugs out unless you want to possibly have a little bit more fun than you bargained for. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question. Doesn't really, does it? Do you have to remove the fuel lines to get to the glow plugs? No, you don't. No, you don't. You have to remove all the E-jar and the elbow, and maybe the E-jar cooler because everything's in the way and it's still pretty tight. And there's have tos and there's don't have to. Do you have to? Well, look, you can probably use enough uni joints and tools and patience and get them out without even doing that. But I would remove the E-jar cooler and the E-jar elbow. To remove the E-jar cooler, well, you kind of almost have to get rid of the fuel. You have to get rid of the fuel pipes to get the cooler off. So I'd have to go and look at one again and go, can I get these? I think I can get the glow plugs out without removing the cooler and the pipes. Yeah, so no, you don't have to. Could be hard though. Wouldn't want to do it anyway. There you go. There's definitely an answer. Here we go. Carl. Oh my God, Toyota way overstating the reality of third-party parts and service. Great cars, but not so magical. They need to uniform, especially when, they do what they do, so all good. Just wanted to share what's going on. Oh, here we go. Jesus on two wheels says, you had credibility until you did that stupid voice. Oh my God. Oh, well, you know what? We did a stupid voice and we've lost all our credibility. Oh, anyway, good one. You had credibility till you made a silly comment like that, maybe. You know what I mean? Who cares about the voice, mate? It's all good. Bit of entertainment. Some people had a laugh. Some people didn't like it. You know the deal. I wonder if having manual driving high only improves on this already good figure. I think a manual would be a little bit better, but it's pretty good, so I don't think it's going to get much better. Martin, to see the voltage drop, yeah, under load, I get that, but I just wanted to sort of point out that, obviously as it was. So yeah, we might get around to that another time, but there'll be bugger all voltage drop anyway because the wire's just massive anyway. Happy days. Test third time. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's all good. Time. Martin, you've been going off with comments. Good question and answer. Cool. That's what we like. Just short and sweet. Yeah, good, bad, whatever. Yeah, whatever. I mean, you know. Hey, look, you know, this. I don't tell you all the best ways to do things. I just look, you know, there's people. We're helping out people that have got no idea. You know what I mean? And of course, there's a few people like you that are better than me. Nobody specific there, but you know, you. When I say you, whoever you are, that's better than me. Absolutely. So, just get your YouTube channel happening and share that information. Found an electrical fault caused by a vampire-style connector from the first owners. Once stripped and soldered, good as gold. Absolutely. Found fault on trailer wiring. Shitty vampire connectors. Yes. What's a vampire connector? What is a vampire connector? A vampire. I don't know what I've never heard of that before. You mean a Scotch lock? Anyway, just solder stuff. Yeah, so we're all good on that. I'll guess you mean a Scotch lock. They can be used correctly as well, but you know, some unquality ones can come undone and all that sort of thing. So, look, if you use them right and they clip shut, it's all good. If you got some rubbish ones, then not so good. The furthest I'd go is to, you know, you could probably wire up a toe plug with it, you know, 5, 7 wires, whatever it is. As long as you're doing it right. I always thought taping over them to make sure they don't come undone was an option, you know, for workshops, dealerships that we worked in that wanted it done that way. And then after we've taped them to make sure they don't come undone, I'd tape them as a bundle as well. So never had an issue myself, but of course soldering's better, you know. Martin, man, you're going off. You got a heap of comments here. Here we go. Recent trip, only 3,000 Ks. Heavily modified, didn't it? All the way. Some idling, 9.6. That's good. Heavily. That's really good for heavily modified. Maybe had a tailwind and all that. So there's all these variables, but yeah, this fuel economy is not a trip. It's just normal sort of driving around, in, out and around sort of thing. Actually, I don't know which fuel that was. Every now and then there's a trip, but look, doesn't seem to make too much difference. Higher highway puncture-free tyres. Well, yeah, different tyres are going to save fuel economy. Tyres do make a big difference in fuel economy, that's for sure. Martin, still going. Any diesels, I own, get maintenance treatment almost every tank. Decals and a lubricant agent. Yeah, I hear the comments already. Oil additives. Yeah, you hear the comments, do you? Okay. Mate, we don't hear the comments, mate. We're hearing your comments, and everyone's hearing it because I'm reading it. It's all good, mate. Don't take anything the wrong way. Come and read more. What's going on there? Read more. Jeez, that's a long one, man. You have been busy. I can see your point. I don't even know what my point was. I haven't watched that video for ages. It's probably even wrong because I'm always wrong. I can see your point. Tell an extra cost or reliability, savings on breakdown, whatever. Oh, mate, that's too long. We haven't got time for that one. That's what I mean, you know, busy people. Thanks anyway, man. Maybe some other time. Try Facebook, mate. I spent a bit more time reading on there. Thanks for the comprehensive explanation. Did you not using the battery tray, or did you just mount the battery tray directly on that factory body plate? It might use some rubber matting. I'll tell you what I used, right? In the end I used a Century dual force battery. So I'm going to keep the Optima, in the end I got the Optima to put in the 120 to refresh that because it's 4.5 or so years old, nearly 5 years old. But it's so good. Like, I'll run that fridge overnight and come out next morning, it's still on 12.5 volts, right? Been cycling, running on a battery, you know, it's got the voltmeters, the USBs lit up and all that, so a bit of a drain there, and it's still 12.5 volts the next day, and leave it another day and it's still 12 volts sort of thing. So that battery, the one that's nearly 5 years old, the Optima's in really good condition, so it's a bit hard for me to replace it. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I've got the Century dual force in, and I sat it on. I used a carpet tile. I didn't have any. Someone I know had some heap of leftover carpet tiles, and I grabbed a couple of boxes, and it's kind of like quite thick rubber and carpet. So look, you know, that's what I had. So yeah, I cut a bit of carpet tile out, and I've just put that under the battery just to give it a bit of a buffer between the body of the car. But that's what I did, yeah, in the 2019. Obviously, I don't know exactly what month. We don't get to see the vehicles, you know, because cap servicing and all that. Not cap price, cap servicing, because the servicing's cap too. Obviously, a lot of people do that because it is kind of good value for money. You know, if it's done right, then it's good value for money. so we don't get to see when the battery trays change and stuff like that. But over the last couple of years, it's super strong. You don't need any extra tray there. It's a waste of adding extra materials and money. Put a bit of a carpet tile there to give it a bit of a buffer and to protect the paintwork a little bit, I suppose. So that's what I did in the end. Hope that answers your question. Any other question in there? In a previous video you said you might put some rubber matting. We might go the expense. No, just put the carpet tile, so that's all good. Would the throttle body help prevent a runaway engine? Well, we don't have runaway engines on these. Never heard of it. But would it help? Well, it probably would help if it shut at the right time. So possibly. It's not their design to do that. If you look in the workshop manual, look up the reasons why it's there. It's there to make the EGR flow, and it's there for a smooth shutdown. They're the two reasons. As you know, what I read. Geez, I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I remember reading a few years ago. Next one, great video, thanks for sharing. I'll be keen to see how and where you applied the silicone to the roof gutter holes before installing the brackets. Look, you know, you can use whatever silicone you want, or RTV, or whatever you want. I just used, I'm not sure if I did the right thing. I was thinking to use neutral cure. I can't remember, like that's what you use on, you know, aluminium and stuff like that, neutral cure, but I actually used bathroom silicone, which is acidic, and because I wanted to make sure for wet areas and mold, and it was going to, you know, and I thought it's probably not going to affect the paintwork. Well, we're going to find out. So I just put a little bit around this little plastic lugs. I just put a little bit around the outside, a bead around the outside of each of those, and I'm sure it would squash down with the O-rings and getting bolted down anyway, if you know what I mean. So that's what I did. That's where the silicone went, and you won't see it because it's all done and dusted, and I'm very happy with that Titan low mount tray. Okay, next one looks like fun. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The V6 rear main, not too bad. Okay, whoop, a little bit too far. That's me working computers. Hope you got patience, guys, you know. If you're watching this video, I think you've done pretty well. I mean, you just get more information. It's the people that want the info. The ones that can't be bothered, they've moved on. Okay, I would have to disagree with this one. Gussets. The triangular pieces distribute the stress more evenly and away from the joint, where the universal brackets puts all the stress on the bent section with no support. Doesn't need support because it's dead square up. The awning's against it. That's the whole point. Once you have the support there, you've got to move the bracket out from the edge of the roof rack, therefore creating more leverage, and the brackets are just welded and they can crack and whatever, you know. Look, anyway, each to their own. It's fair enough. You can disagree. I think that, and it's not disagree. I didn't say one was better than the other. I said this is what I think and what I'm going to go with. So it's not about disagreeing. It's about, you know, it's just what it is, right? So you think the, you know, the Rhino ones with the welded brackets that I couldn't even see welds, they'd be pretty small anyway. I think the thicker, more lightweight but thicker bracket without the welds would be stronger, and I'd put my money that you wouldn't ever break one of those even with a 27 kilo awning. The other ones, I could see them breaking, specifically if there was only two. The way I had it set up with three, I think would be better. But yeah, over a lot of time and corrugations and getting vibrated around, I can see welds breaking. I've seen it on a lot of other things in engineering, trailers and vehicles and aftermarket stuff, bull bars and whatever. Welds and vibration. Welds weakens the steel next to it, because, you know, you already know this, right? But, you know, the welds crack and next to welds crack and that sort of thing. It's always good to avoid a weld, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. I'm not an engineer. So there you go. Let's do the read more. Let's see how long it goes for. It's probably made that way because it's cheaper than welding. Well, I don't think it's made to be cheaper, actually. I think it's better, and it's quite universal. If they wanted to be cheaper, they wouldn't have made it quite universal. You know, you're going to fit it on any roof rack tray and any awning. It's really quite an awesome bracket, that roller one. Probably made that way because it's cheaper. All they have to do is laser cut the profile and bend it. Yeah, well, awesome. Welding and joining are actually stronger than parent material. There you go. So there you go. Once again, you know more than me, so that's cool. Best would be a right angled bracket with a couple of short gusset welded on. Doesn't cost that much more. That's it. Yeah, 3 if we use anything 18 kilos plus. Yeah, Sounds like a good number to me. Won't argue with that. I'm not going to argue anyway. It's all good, guys. I'm just trying to let people know my experience with what I use and what I think, and try and explain why. So, absolutely, if you guys are full of information, mate, start your channel and get the information out there. That's what everybody needs to do. Share the love, share the information, because you can't take it with you. You know what I mean? That's how people are going to learn. It needs to get passed on, and they don't read encyclopedias anymore. It's all about Google and YouTube. So here we are. Martin again. I agree, it's a 4x4, not a sports car. Generally find young females drive like there is no tomorrow. They complain how much it costs to replace the pads and rotors. Jeez, exactly. Yeah, that's probably right. Probably right. Best value is cat blah blah blah. I don't know about that. Whatever. I'll just disagree. Best value is that Century battery I put up. That's all I thought. You know, one of the best value for a battery around a couple $100. It does the job beautiful. You can even get them cheaper than that. Looks good. Yep, I'm very happy with the Titan tray. Hey Anthony, can I replace my short SUV on an 09B120 with them? Absolutely, that's what it's all about. Sure can. Next one, great video. The guys from Every Battery, awesome. They sure are. Good to see you've obviously experienced that. Jeff, well, I have to say, this video made fitting SUV supplied from you an absolute breeze. Thank you very much. That's the aim of the game. My pleasure. Saved me doing the job. And guess what? You got to do it. Get it done right, because you had a comprehensive video showing you how to do it. If it's a bit good, more is better. Murphy says, yeah. I don't quite get that one. I'm a bit too simple. Thanks, champ. No problem. Thanks for your efforts. Please stick to the title and about the topic directly and short. Nah, not short. There's lots of information. We go on long like this one. Sorry, it won't be short. Trust me. Heck no, I'll crack my piston. All the information's in there, and it ain't going to be short. Okay, there's lots of information in there. Is that F for following? Really? Just do S for subscribe. That's what you do. You hit subscribe, and then you'll turn your notifications on, the bell thing, and then you'll get notified when the next important video comes up. And if it's not something that, you know, if it's not a video that's not your subject, well, maybe don't watch it, or just watch it anyway, because I think it's good information. But of course I think that. I think that because people keep telling me that, you know, every day, whether it's messages, phone calls, whatever. You know, I appreciate people coming back to me, like this comment here. Excellent video yet again, greatly appreciated. No, thank you, my pleasure. Okay, that's what it's all about. You'll find facing forward will clog up in the snow. Could be right, yeah. In all our snow trips, we have it facing backwards because it's always facing backwards. So, yeah. Handy explanation. Yep, cool. Put me on the BFGK crew too. Done. So you are on the BFGK 2 crew. Martin again. Mate, you are going off with the comments. Are you on Facebook or what, man? Get on our groups. Oz Hilux crew, Oz Prado crew, whatever. Those wild boys should divert the water, limiting a water erosion. Very nice, steady driving. Yeah, he wasn't a bad driver, mate. You should see mine, mate. I'm steady. Smooth as a baby's bum. Smooth. Anyway, good driving to everyone. They went okay. Martin, I've got to say, mate, I hope you don't take it the wrong way, but you've always got a better way. Now you tell them how to do the tracks, and they do. They do have mounds, and the water runs down a certain amount of the track, and then before the mounds, it goes off to the side. That's what it does to get rid of the erosion. So that's what they do. I don't know if you've been out there, but anyway, it's all good. Jeff again, awesome stuff. Excitement level is building. Not long to go now. We are living in dust and smoke bowl at the moment. Yeah. Now is that video, I don't know if I put it up public, because I've got a heap of videos that you can view with a link only, like they're in the VIP group, stuff like that. Or if you're not on Facebook and you buy an injector kit off me, I can send you a link to view videos on how to install injectors on YouTube, if you know what I mean. So it's all good. So in the 19150, center diff locks the whole time on the dirt. Well, I don't know. There's no 19150 center. Look, when you're on dirt, you should have your center diff lock on all the time anyway, right? So, and same as a two-wheel drive vehicle, like a Hilux should be four-wheel drive, because you're just going to have better traction. You're going to be safer. You're going to look after your tyres better. Instead of putting all the load on the rear, your tyres are spinning a little bit in the dirt. You're accelerating to keep the vehicle going. you're more likely to have a puncture and damaged tyres, and you're going to wear tyres more. So, yeah, every four-wheel drive's on the dirt. Centre diff locks, thanks. Handy info and spectacular scenery. Cool. Scotty, no problem. Hope you're having a laugh, Scott. You know, guys, look, I just say it how it is, so hope you don't take it the wrong way, but time consuming. Anyway, I'm kind of like, I'd rather the comments weren't there. The thanks ones are quick and easy. I don't have to reply to it, and I don't have to reply to anything, but I'm just, as I said in previous videos like this, I'm going to do a reply every now and then, try and answer your questions and give you a bit of curry back, you know what I mean? Not much, it's all good, you know. Just letting you know what, it's communication, just letting you know what I expect of you. You're telling me what you expect of me, you know, is that a rattle gun and clean the battery terminals? Well, I'm letting you know what I expect of you. Don't bother telling me how to do my job. But good, it's all peacefully. Right? I'm at the same stage and we're starting to think about the setup at the rear side power to a battery inverter. You don't need an inverter, mate. Go 12 volt, everything. Voltmeter and fuses. Look forward to seeing what you set up. Okay, so we just about finished setting up preliminary setting up of the 150. We're just waiting on a rear storage system, which should be ready hopefully in the next few days. We'll get that and the fridges in and get those wired up. Suspension and wheels and tyres will go on this week as well, and then an ARB air compressor install, and then that is completing our preliminary setup, and then we'll go and do a review, information on all the products and how we've done it. I think I did do another video talking about exactly what I did with a battery install anyway, so so there you go. Yep, lots of bad drivers, can't do anything about that. Keep your own ship tight, economy is good, safety is good, courtesy is good, thank you. If only everyone could just drive right, eh? Is this what happens when we subscribe to, yeah, that's probably what happens, bureaucrats in their own sophistication, backlash, oh yeah. Okay, another no BS discussion, very important topic, thanks for the instructive video, exactly. Now, how do I get to the next page? More comments. There's got to be more comments. What, I've got to go back to the top, I think. Kidding me. No, I don't even know how to drive this. So I reckon we're just about done. So if you guys had a question up, this is the problem, right? I don't go on this very often anyway, right? Go on, get down there. Come on, get down there. Must be a way to go to the next page of all the next comments. I mean, that's a fair few. How much time have you guys got? Oh no, see now it's reloading, going further. We benefit from experience, many thanks sharing it. Good old YouTube, that's it. And don't we wish everybody would do the same? And we just get out there and search whatever information you need, and bada boom, bada bing, there it is. I used 8BNS, okay, good on you. No, don't take it the wrong way. I use this and I use that, I forget if I wanted to add more. That's it. Mate, yeah, exactly. Way overkill. That's cool. I don't know why I used Y that big. I didn't need it, but yeah, I could definitely jumpstart the car from there probably. Anyway, you can also watch it with a scan gauge too while driving. Yeah, you can, yep, I know. Thank you, you're right. Do us a favour. Get on one of our Facebook groups, probably hashtag 1GD Forever Crew, and put up the code you've got to program into the scan gauge to get the DPF info up on the scan gauge, because I know someone that's done that, and I know there's other people that would like to do it, and I've been too busy to figure it out. I haven't even done mine, so we would like that information. Thank you, SFG Foley. Hi Anthony, another poor man who paid twice here. I know, I thought I'd give this the whole birthday 8 years. Some new injectors. What happened? Why did you pay twice? This is, oh god, that's a big one. Jeez, it's another long story. I don't think we've got time for a long story at the moment. That's a big long one. Right, doesn't matter. Try and keep it short so we can sort of do this. Anyway. I have a car parked away, engine models 2KDDs and car starts, key start stops. If you wire the, does it turn on? If is good. Look, I don't know what's going on there. Too hard to understand. Good info, thanks. No, thank you. Thanks for watching. And Martin, again, Martin, you're going off, mate. I guarantee, Martin, you're going to watch this video. So, all good, mate. Keep the comments coming. Just try and keep them short and sweet and stay on a positive note. And if you've got some better ways to do things, we'll look forward to having a look at your channel. Okay? I know it's a pain and very time-consuming, but I fill her up right up to the breather hole in the filler neck just to get an extra 5+ litres. Last night, I go after 10 p.m. Well, I'm glad there are not many people filling up. Good on you, mate. That's awesome. Very considerate of you. I basically do the same fill each time. You know, if I'm in a hurry, it's like a couple of clicks, I'm out of there, so it's probably a bit less. If I've got time and no one's waiting, I'll stand there and put in. I'll spend a minute or something like that. I'm not going to be there for 10 minutes, you know, but a minute or something, putting in another, a litre, 2 or 3, whatever, depending on the angle of the ground, how much you can fit in. Anyway, that's not a bad price. So you're looking at the fuel price, okay? Best I've had in the last 6 metro. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for sharing such critical info. No worries, that's the idea. That's the name of the game. Thank you. Innova Taming. Okay, mate, I'm only in English here. Incredible work you are doing for the product community, and really appreciate all these videos. Best customer service in the world. Yeah, I think so too. No worries, thank you. Stan, bloody hell, I know. But I've got to say, actually, on that note, here's some information for you, right? I'll go back to Stan's comment, bloody hell. That was in relation to the diagnostic video showing you the flow of the EGR on the 1GD. What I want to tell you, mate, is left the oil in it for 10,000 Ks and it didn't look too bad, which is an indication, look, the engine is new, so it's not going to have as much blow-by, but it's an indication that, well, look, it did a lot of highway running, right? So that could be one thing, but the oil stayed really clean, and normally it gets black. It's from the soot blowing past the rings and loading the oil. Now, normally with these diesels, 1K diesel, you change the oil, and it's kind of black straight away. Now, as you know, once you've got a plate in reducing the flow of the EGR, the 7mm thing and all that, the oil stays a lot cleaner. Now, generally, if you've done a few oil changes since you've done that, your oil stays clean. Now, just the 10,000 K service has just been done, and the dipstick is so clean, it's like a new car, and that's a 10,000 K oil change. So I'm going to leave it to 10,000 K oil changes on purpose to check how dirty the oil's getting, because there's a little bit of an improvement test sort of thing going on. And without looking in the intake, the other way we can tell is if the oil's cleaner at 10,000 Ks than it was last time, right, then we know things are helping, if you know what I'm trying to say. So, okay, that's just testing, off-road only, private property, yeah, bloody hell, I like it. Okay. Love your channel, man. Just found it today, and I'm binge watching your videos on the Land Cruiser guys. Always considering it as a product for people to learn mechanical ropes. This is super useful. Keep up the great work. Will you do videos on petrol Prados? Well, if we see any, this is the problem I keep telling people. The 1KD is the most popular Prado ever built, as in there's heaps of them around. Everyone's got one. The 1KD is in the 120 from 06 all the way through to 2015, and they were the top seller, mate. People didn't want the petrols. They've got rid of them, okay? So they are over 95% of all the Prados. If you take out the V6s, and there were some 1KZs for a while in the 120. So the Hilux come out with a 1KD. The only 1KZs in 120s are in Prados, And look, even the 90 series, they just weren't that popular back then. They were popular, just not that popular, Prados have become more popular because they're awesome cars. So, what was your question? Will you do video? So I will. I have. Have a look. There's a rear main video, kind of, sort of. I think. I mean, how much time? The videos will get longer and more detailed. Then you get people complaining, keep it short, and they don't watch the whole video. So this is the problem we got. People want the information, but they don't want to watch the videos. Well, if a job takes 3 hours, you got to watch it for 3 hours to see the job. And look, at the end of the day, if people spend the time to watch the videos, and I'll say, and watch the ads, I might get 5 cents when you watch an ad or something. So if I can actually make some money out of the YouTube channel, then it pays me to put more time into it. I can do more videos, lots more videos, more time, more videos. So less cars, more videos, you know. So instead of, say, for example, let's say it was 10 cars a day and it's not, we do 1 car a day, and we do, instead of it was 10 cars a week, we do 1 car a week, and we just do video on it all week. Every job we do on it, work on it for the whole week. Or point is, it prolongs the time of a job a lot by making videos, right? It's very time consuming. So that's the deal there, but we certainly make videos on petrol Prados as well. You just don't see many of them. Makes me want to turn off the EGR seeing that. Well, absolutely. Hey, it's Dan. 120 Prados injectors were very noisy. I finally got them changed out. I think I got the Prados 190k. Sorry, Dan, what are you saying? The 120 Prado injectors were very noisy when I finally got them changed out. I think I got the Prado on 216 with the 190k. I'm confused. Anyway, yeah, I can't make... Anyway, top bloke. Hey, you're the top bloke. How much the cost of injector? And the piston cup as well. Piston cup. Oh, look. I don't know what you're talking about. Piston cup. How much are the cost of the injector? Well, it depends where you buy them and all that sort of thing. Lots of different prices. We only sell injector kits, and there's a video on that. Search up buying injectors. There's a fair bit of information with what's included in the kit and all the variables, and the price varies as well. And it gives you a ballpark indication of pricing, and it can obviously be more or less depending what you want included in the kit. And the piston cup, I'm not too sure. I'm thinking related to an injector job, piston cup. No, look, you know, everything you need's in the kit, and there's nothing in there called a piston cup. I understand this is the 2018 Prado model, however the first and second the Prado have a big aircon. That's right, yeah, they changed it. This is a massive improvement. The improvements on the 2018-19 facelift are massive. Like, you know, I see a lot of things they've made better on this car. It's just a pity about the piddly little engine, the little 2750 or 70cc damn, you know, piddly little engine. Big car with a little engine. It's quite gutless in my opinion. So the 3 litre, the 1KDs, you can feel you've got more cubes under your foot. I don't care what the numbers are on paper. I prefer the 1KD. I think it's better to maintain as well. There's no hydraulic lifters that are going to let you down. There's adjustable ones that don't need adjustment. There's no timing chain and guides that are going to let you down. It's just a timing belt that doesn't let you down. It's $88 and you change it every 150,000 Ks. That's a long time. So look, yeah, the aircon hose in the way. So there is a relocation kit with battery trays. You've got to be careful what you buy, Frank. And I'm not too sure what's the best one. That new hose shown doesn't fit into, sorry, relocation kit, aircon. Oh, this new, no, you can't change the hose, mate. No, I don't think so. Well, it might, but it would be too costly. It wouldn't be worth doing, man. You just got to get the right tray and setup for the Prado that you've got. Oops, what did I do that for? Put that back. Wrong button. Anyway, moving on. Hi Anthony, well, I finally got around to changing out this fuel filter today, and I can say that I'm disappointed Toyota servicing 707 bill. Buy button here. Look, maybe they changed the filter, maybe they didn't. Don't think because it says on the bracket an 07 or something like that, September 07, nah. It would have been blocked, mate. Trust me, it would have been changed. Don't worry about what it says on the bracket. Sometimes they've got these little numbers there. I believe if it went to a Toyota dealer, even if they didn't change it sometimes, even if they were a bit dodgy, you're going to get it. Surely you're going to get it sometimes. Oh, look, I can't believe that they would have done that every service, every 20,000 Ks. And I believe that would be blocked long before then and you would have had problems. So I think you'll find it has been changed, but could be wrong. Good on you doing a lot of your own servicing now. That's good. Top bloke. Now you're the top bloke. Do I need a whole... a 2003 Prado 1KD, or can I book it? You can probably block it complete, but I don't do that, so I don't really know. The things that people used to do on the 1KZ was block the vacuum line. Well, you can put a full blank plate there, right? So you can do full blank. For auto tuner that tuned my 200 series, tuned the EGR and turn off the computer, going to do the same for the 120 series. Feel free. Best thing I did was get fresh Jensen injectors from you, clean the EGR intake, took care of that dirty rotten EGR once and for all. Vehicle runs smoother, better fuel economy, no smoke. Oil stays like honey and surely have increased the service life of the vehicle. Awesome, and that's what happens with everyone because I get these messages all the time. People love it. That's why we do what we do, improving the vehicles and getting them running right in peak condition. Loving the vids, mate. Top work. Awesome. I regretfully installed a catch can. Just another gimmick. I wish I had these videos beforehand. Sorry, man. What did I do? I clicked it a little bit one too fast. I'll go back a little bit. Young bloke done a good job. Just need to teach him. Oh yeah, installing the cargo, bro. Yeah, teach him to say happy days. Happy days. When all the bolts are done up, got cone barrier. Yeah, they're awesome. I got one in the 120, couldn't live without it, so I got one in the 150 as well. Go. Geez, Cohen make beautiful gear. Yep, they do. Oh, great. So, yeah, no, but the pistons are good. You just got to keep an eye on your combustion. Wrong combustion caused by injectors, so you don't need to worry about that. Red stuff, Mitch. Keep it up. That's it. Good to see you training the future 1KT guru. No, well, yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, we've got to train and get his skills. We'll see. Don't know what happens there. Wholehearted respect to you, tradesmen who trained you. Thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you. Done the same. 30% off road service members. Yeah, I just want to tell you about the paint. It actually, I was a bit concerned about the paint on the wheels. And that's this video where I painted the wheels, right? It was a bit of a testing. I do a lot of these things. It's a bit of a test. It's not, necessarily guaranteed. I'm always looking for ways to do things differently or cheaper for people. There's a lot of people with older Prados, they can't afford to do things the expensive way. And, just more cost-effective value for money ways for those people, whether they can't afford it or they don't want to spend $2,000 on a $10,000 Prado, if you know what I mean. So, the wheels, the paint must have set a bit harder because it certainly seems pretty tough at the moment. They fitted the tyres successfully and that didn't really scrape. I thought I was worried it was going to take all the paint off around the edges. So far so good, and I didn't put the clear coat that you can get over the top, so pretty happy with that wheel. So if you need to paint your wheels, guys, that's the video there, check that out. It's duplicate colour and I'll show you how I've used it. Next one, very useful, Anthony. Cheers, mate. No worries. The rear door table is absolute game changer. Very well designed and fabricated. Totally agree. It's awesome. Mine fits perfectly on a 2015. Yeah, so the 2018 changed. Now with K-On, you can get the DC charger bracket for the earlier 150. So from the start and then to where they changed. So I'm sure they'll hopefully have worked out. It's a matter of at the bottom of the bracket, whether it sits flat. If you look down and you see a flat bolt, it goes to there. That's the later one. Probably the 2018 facelift is where we think it changed, but I'm not going to be able to confirm that for a while. I think K-On will be investigating and figure that out. I happen to have my Hilux Vigo, just replacing engine parts to the power is still low. Didn't change all the fuel. No idea what I think's the problem, man. No idea, could be anything. Hard to diagnose vehicles if it's not in front of me, especially if you've already done work because you've eliminated the things that, could possibly be. So, yeah, I don't know. Adam Dobinson, very nice. Okay, glad you like that, Adam. What was that? What do I do? A video showing people how to install stuff or something. Maximum suspension information it's called. So there you go. Must have some information again. Okay, pretty sure Fortuna 1G has a cooler for the exhaust gases pre-EGR. 1G has a cooler for exhaust gases pre-EGR. Jeez, let me think. What are you saying there? My Fortuna. It has a cooler, that's right, for the exhaust gases pre-EGR. What it needs to get the exhaust gases after the DPF though, so then it's all clean and it's not caking up the intake. Then nobody'd have to worry about EGR. How good would that be? Just no intake's caking up. I don't mind EGR and what it does, that's fine, but using dirty exhaust gases, it ain't going to work, guys. So, that's it. Same as the other cars, they have the same setup. They have a cooler the exhaust gases pre-EGR. So it brings your exhaust gas temperatures down from, say, 400 down to about 300 probably. So it's hot, mate, you know. The EGR core thing's a bit of a joke, really. You want to put hot exhaust gases in, but you don't want it too hot. Hello, you know. Good bloke. What are the ideal temperatures for coolant transmission? Okay, so the 1GD runs at about the same as the 1KD from memory. I'd have to do a little bit more checking again. Like I said, I haven't looked at a lot of them, so I think they idle around the 83, 84 as well. So that's your coolant. Your transmission, same deal. I mean, they run the transmission through the radiator to get it up to operating temperature, ideally around the same, 80 to 90 degrees. Now, the problem you got is you've got a 6-speed now. So I'm getting tired, mate. 45 minutes, jeez. Who's still there, mate? I mean, you know, patience. Better give me the thumbs up for me going this long, and then give yourself a thumbs up for you watching this long. Do me a favour, put a comment if you watched it till the end. Just go, put a comment, go, watch till the end. I just want to see who the guns are that watch till the end. So transmission, ideal, what are the ideal temperatures? Okay, not running cold at 40, 50, 60 degrees, sort of thing like that, which is what can happen if you live in cold climates and do short trips and stuff like that. That's not ideal. And like if you've got a cooler on and you're in those climates, that's not going to help. Now, if you're doing a lot of towing in your hot climates, you probably want a cooler, and generally, look at a bit, I think they could remap the transmission would work better, because the torque converter unlocks too easy in certain gears. And when you put it into sport mode to control the gears, the torque converter unlocks a little bit easier because it's no longer in economy mode, so it changes the shifts as well. EGT, who cares, whatever, you know, it's just whatever it is. You don't want to look at these things too much, just drive the car, don't worry about it. They're bloody bulletproof, they're awesome cars. When I say bulletproof, the DPF, it's a Toyota, so I'll say that generally about Toyotas, and there's a DPF, so it all depends how you use it. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook. So yeah, look, coolant 83, here you go, I'll give you a number. Coolant 83, transmission at 75 to 90, and EGTs. Well, look, when you're on a flat highway, you're probably going to see about 300. It's about what you're going to see. It doesn't mean it's ideal. Ideal is 100, but it's not going to happen, you know. The colder the better, you know, the cooler the better. EGTs doesn't matter. They don't need to be up to a running temperature like oil and coolant and transmission oil and whatever, right? Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see them at 700, right? You know, but hey, under 500 is best. Under 400 is even better. 300 is what they are, that's fine. When you get into it, that's when you can watch the temperature go up. So I hope that's helped somewhat. Just found your channel, love it. Great vids, mate. Thank you, I know, it's awesome, isn't it? People keep telling me. I'm at load information videos, trying to install the EGR plate, finding it difficult. It can be a bit fiddly, you just got to make sure you undo bolts at both ends and then it's easy. So you just need to do it right. What's your thoughts on the 7mm plate? It works awesome, mate, is my thoughts, and it still allows the EGR system to work, which is even better. And it's a lot cheaper. $10 is a lot cheaper than the hundreds that generally the tuners charge to switch off, you know, and I get that they've got expensive equipment they've got to pay for and whatever, so you know they need to charge us some money. Some I think a bit ridiculous, but anyway. How much to switch off an EGR? I mean, well, how many minutes is going to take you? I don't know, $150, you know, that's good money, isn't it? Anyway, get anything, just want to ask. You bought a 2008 Hilux 1KD with only 75k on the clock, but due to age, I'm trying to find anything I would need to look at to extend its life. Just do all the servicing really well, oil every 5,000, clean your intake, fix the EGR, and put your fresh injectors in and make sure the job's done right. That'll extend the life. Change timing about water pump. That's not going to extend its life because they don't fail, but do it anyway because do it when it's due. And it goes on. Anyway, we'll just keep moving down, trying to get through a few, that's all. Right, this is only 3 weeks. We've only gone back 3 weeks, mate. 50 minutes to only go back 3 weeks. This is what I mean. Crazy. Is it worth still installing a catch can just to stop the oil vapour? No, the oil vapour doesn't clog the turbo or anything like that. Oil vapour doesn't clog anything. It's just oil vapour. The soot is your problem, okay? Understand it. The soot in the exhaust gases is your problem. All the black soot, right? Nothing can clog anything. Oil is just oil, okay? And the cleaner it is, it's actually got cleaners in it. It's helping to clean as long as you haven't left it soot loaded from the EGR, because that's what it is. It's all from the EGR. So no catch cans needed since you asked. Watch some more videos and you'll know the answer. How much would it cost for a complete kit for a 99 on a petrol Corolla? That's funny. Is that you joking? Look, yeah, funny guy. We'll call that a funny guy. Is this a 1KD or 1GD? The rear fuel filter, they've both got it, the 1KD and the 1GD. By Toyota, it's a different part number. I don't replace them because, you know, they're most people under cap price servicing. You know, you get the service done for $200 or $240 or something, and the filter's $100. So it's like between your oil, your filter, and your fuel filter, it's kind of like, yeah. So I'm not going to get to change those. I can tell you the Toyota part number is different, but they also have a different number between the 120 and the 150, and they're basically the same filter. Aftermarket filters are the same number, which confirms, because they reverse engineer them and they wouldn't use the same part number if it was different. I'm tipping the 1GD is the same again, but I don't know that. It could be different, so you'd have to confirm by asking, say, Ryco or something like that. If it's the same part number for a 1KD, say 2013 or 14, and it's the same part number as a 2015, 16, 17 1GD, then it's the same. So it's for both anyway, as far as the hidden filter and where it's getting fitted and stuff like that. What are the symptoms of a bad short SUV? Basically, the symptoms are mainly stalling. You know, they can blow smoke, cause rattles, use fuel, all sorts of things, right? And you can get, you know, dodgy ones out of the box. I had a couple bad ones from them years ago when we used to get some stuff off them, but we haven't for many years. Next, what are the O-rings for? What are the O-rings for? What video is that? Important time about water pump info. What are the O-rings for? Damn, I can't see any O-rings in the water pump timing belt kit, so no O-ring, no. There's a cam seal. O-rings, don't know. Sorry, man. The 120 has the same filter hidden, that's right, but not on the 1KZ. So if you've got a 1KZ engine, don't look for that fuel filter that's hidden because it's not there. You'll be looking a long time. Same as in the petrol in the V6, it doesn't have it either. You'll be looking for ages. Good black, bearing. What's bearing? Yeah, bearing, cool. Good advice, thanks Anthony, very comprehensive mate, thank you, informative video as always. Well, apparently not always, some people are telling me. Can we go further than that? Look, that'll about do it, guys. That's 52 minutes, let's call it a day. If you haven't already, you know the deal, subscribe, and probably not many people are going to watch this one because they're busy, they've got better things to do. If you don't know already, please don't call me and ask me simple questions. It's all in videos. Like I've had one again today on the voicemail there, you know, asking me what oil I use. You know, he was telling me how good my channel is, just found it and all that. But then he rings straight away to ask me what oil to use. You know, like, watch the video, seriously. Look, now there's only one of me. I'm busy, I'm limited on time. The calls I need to take are the ones to, you know, fine-tune exactly what you need in your ejector kit and supply you that. The wheel bearing kit, you know, on the Prados only, the front wheel bearings, you know. Dobinson suspension, if you want to buy some suspension and get it delivered to your door, we can organise that Australia-wide. And I've got install videos in the VIP group, or I can send you links from YouTube videos so that you can watch the install videos and do it yourself, save yourself a heap of money. Stuff like that. So basically the timing belt kit, water pump kit, the front wheel bearing kit, the injectors, well, you know, the front wheel bearings, we said that, and the suspension. Now, they're the four main things. If you've got any issues that are really out of the ordinary where it's not covered, best thing is always to text me, 0490 261 013. Get your pen again, right? 0490 261 013. Text me. You can text me anytime, but I prefer you text me between business hours if you can. And I only work school hours, okay? I pick the kids up from school, and after that, I might do a little bit, but we're going to call it school hours, right? 9 till 3 is the best time, and that's Melbourne time. So if you can try and stick to that, try not to ring me and bother me with simple questions that you can try searching a Facebook group or search this channel for the information. If you've got a genuine question that I haven't covered, then I'm going to endeavour to make a video to cover it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch ya.